Hey everyone, Chris Osberg here, Winding Road Magazine. I'm here with the 2017 Ford Fusion Sport. This is the highest performance variant of the Fusion line. It's equipped with the 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6, 325 horsepower, lots of torque, 380 pound-feet with this guy. We're going to go out and do some acceleration testing in this thing. 0 to 60 miles per hour for those of you who like imperial units, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour for those of you working with metric. So, what are we going to do? I've got a G-Tech GPS-based 10 hertz acceleration unit that I'm going to use to measure the acceleration times. I'm going to go ahead and configure the car for maximum acceleration. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the traction control, although traction won't be much of a factor with the all-wheel drive this vehicle has. Ford, unfortunately, makes it kind of a pain to do this. You can tell they didn't have enthusiasts in mind. They could definitely use a button somewhere on the dash to do this quickly, but there we go. It is turned off. Unfortunately, my measurement unit has fallen off the dash. It's quite cold outside. The suction cup is not sticking all that well to the cold windshield, but as the car warms up, I think it's gonna end up sticking for us. So, traction control is off. I'm going to pull out here and we are going to put the transmission into sport mode. Done via this rotary knob here, button in the center. Okay. Display mode. Let's give ourselves a nice tachometer there. Now with 325 horsepower, lots of torque, and roughly 4,000 pounds of curb weight, I think we can get this thing into the 4-second range, 0 to 60, or really close. In any case, we should. Car honestly doesn't quite feel that quick, so maybe it's going to be low fives. We are about to find out. All right, flat section of road. Car's all set up. Turn the measurement device on. Power brake. That wasn't a very good launch, to be quite honest. The transmission control unit and the engine control unit are very quick to reduce the power and protect the torque converter and the transmission temperature. It doesn't want to give you a good launch. It limits power right away. So there's a very small sweet spot, a very small window you need to hit in terms of spooling the turbos and power braking the car and getting the car to take off quickly. And I did not hit it that time. So 0 to 60, 6.4 seconds. Not very good for a car with this power to weight ratio. We're gonna go give it a try. I think I can get a better launch out of this thing. And let's see what we're gonna get. All right, let's try this again. This time I am going to try to launch before the ECM and TCM pull the plug on the FUN component protection. So there we go. Yeah, there we go, 5.62 seconds, considerably quicker. So, pro tip to anybody who wants to get good acceleration times out of their Fusion Sport, you gotta make sure when you power brake it to get the turbo spooled and get it launched off the line, you basically have about half a second window to let off the brake, otherwise the car is gonna reduce power on you, and your car is gonna be about a second slower, well, 0.8 of a second slower, 0 to 60, which is pretty significant. So make sure you practice that launch and get that thing out of the hole quickly. We're gonna give it one more try. I think we can do even a little bit better than that. The car should be better than that, let's be quite honest. A car with these performance stats should be closer to the high 4-second range, 0 to 60. So I'm gonna blame it a little bit on the transmission. This transmission really isn't calibrated for high performance driving, it seems. It's definitely more on the side of comfort. And the engine, combination of the engine and the transmission power band's a little bit rubbery. It's not as immediate and quick as it could be. And I think ultimately that's holding this car back from really getting out of the hole, cracking off quick shifts, and getting down into the high 4-second range where a car of this caliber really should be performing at. So I don't know why the device does not want to stick to this windshield. Maybe they've cleaned it with something and it's just not adhering. But you guys can laugh and comment in the video. I'm having a tough time getting this thing to stick. All right, one last try. This one's for all the marbles. I think we can get this thing down to where it should be in the low 5-second range, but we'll see. Hopefully the G-Tech does not decide to go flying off the windshield again. Never had so much trouble getting this thing to stick. All right. One out onto the road. Nobody around. Device turned on. Good to go. That was a quick launch. $4.99. There we go. I knew we could do it. There you have it. We got a Ford Fusion Sport into the 4-second range, 0 to 60. I will admit it is, let's see here, 24 degrees Fahrenheit outside. So atmospheric corrected, it would be above the 5-second mark, as major publications would do it, because that is a cold air temp coming into that EcoBoost engine. It's definitely loving that high density cold air coming into it, making a lot of power. But in any case, 4-second range, not too bad. It's a quick car. Let's be honest about this thing. It's not exactly the S4, budget S4, or the alternative to, Gentleman's STI or Evo. It's not that kind of car. It's more like a fully loaded, nicely equipped Fusion with a bit more power. And 4.990 to 60. That's a healthy dose of power. So there you have it. My device is not being very cooperative right now. I'm going to try to fix that by the time we do this again. But 4.990 to 60 Ford Fusion Sport 2017. Good job, Ford. That was fun. Talk to you later.